Here's one of my favorite adverts that was ever published. If you can read this, a Rolex will never change the world. We leave that to the people who wear them. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 mindset shifts that I had to make to become a successful entrepreneur. And these aren't things, just like a Rolex, that you're born with. These are things that you can do to get there, right? So if you feel that entrepreneurial mindset is a thing that you're just born with, you are absolutely wrong. Take it from a boy from a Welsh Valley who came up from parents who worked for the government or worked for a school. I'm going to talk to you today about the 3 things that helped me get to that 7-figure level. Plus, the 3rd one is the easiest one you can do. So let's get into it. Look, most people struggle to start their own business, not because of lack of skill or anything like that. It's because all that can be learned is they struggle because of their mindset. They're not in the right headspace or understand the things they need to be thinking about every single day to achieve that. And that's not something you're born with. That's something you learn, just like I did coming up through the ranks. Definitely something that you can change. And I'm going to show you the 3 things. It's not 10 things or 20 things. It's literally 3 mindset shifts. And the 3rd one is so simple to do, but it's so crucial that by the end of this video, you can instantly make that shift. So look, if you feel like you're working hard and you're doing all the things that you think you need to, but you're still not getting the results, it's definitely because of these mindset shifts that you need to have happen to get you there. Now, the first thing you have to talk about is get over this fear of failing. So many people are so scared to fail that they never actually start. But the truth to success is getting in a mindset of how can you fail faster? How can you figure out things in your mind that failure just means you're 1 step closer to getting it right? And that's the key thing here, right? Now think of this, right? How many people do you know, friends, colleagues, maybe even some companies you work for, that are always trying to make it perfect before they go live, right? They want to get the perfect logo, the perfect website, all these things that don't really matter, right? And I was in that wheelhouse too. I fell into this. I was worried about getting the right support, getting the right website, getting the right logo, getting the right messaging, making sure everything was set up because it had to be perfect or it wouldn't work. And what tended to happen is that I got into this niche and I spent basically 6 to 7 months developing my product, developing my service. And by the time I was ready, or I felt ready to launch, the business had moved on. The industry had moved on. I was behind. Someone had already done what I was about to offer 10 times over, and I was going to go nowhere. And I launched, and it completely failed. And I'd spent all this time, all this money. Money can be made back. Time cannot. And it really sucked the life out of me. So one of the big things here is that you need to make sure that you are failing faster. Not trying to get things perfect, not trying to be this thing. And it doesn't matter if you come from a corporate background or you have a brand or something, fail faster. That's the first mindset shift you have to get into, is how can I get through things and how can I do things quicker so I can get to the result that I deserve faster. All right, number 2, this is the perfect one. And I bet you everybody's been through this. From hard work to smart work, right? So instead of just making sure you have a full to-do list and trying to knock out 18 hours a day and doing all those things and not getting anywhere and just literally spinning those wheels, and you feel like you just can't get traction, that you can't put those wheels down and actually get forward, you've got to work smart. Now, look, working smart paired with working hard is key, right? So when I first started doing well, I started having some money, I started building a team, and I was all in it. I was killing it. I was doing 14-hour days, 16 hours a day. I was first in, last out. And all I proved to my team was that I had stamina, right? I needed to pair hard work with smart work. So what did I do? I introduced the 80-20 rule. I started looking at my to-do list, cutting it down, and putting all my hard work hours, because I still got to put the hard work into the 20% of things that help me out. And if it didn't move the needle, but it needed to be done, I started to delegate. That's right, I looked to delegate tasks to my team, And this did a few things. One, it helped me find new people to help me grow my business. Two, it empowered people. People fell in love with my business because they had things to work on. They felt like they were making a difference. And I wasn't even paying that much. I was just starting out, right? I was hiring people from Eastern Europe and Asia in these cheaper countries. They loved to work for me because I started to delegate. Then I made sure everything was automated that could be automated, right? So even tasks that my team were doing, I was helping them automate some tasks so I could give them even more responsibilities to move on. So automation is different to delegation, but I was pairing that up throughout my business, right? Now, your business grows when you step back a little bit and look at what's really producing you the results and going and putting those 14, 16, 18-hour days into those. So making sure that you pair hard work with smart work. So not just working hard and saying it'll pay off, because you hear that in a lot of videos, but pairing it with smart work. Because even if you do smart work, if you don't do enough of it, you're not going to succeed. So you still have to put the hard work in. Now, this is my favorite one. This is the one you can do today. So if you're just starting out or you're fearful. Now, let me tell you about this, right? So this is where I went from I have to do everything to I need to build systems. Now, listen, hear me out here. I understand I'm the business owner. There were years where people made more money than I did. That's right. But it was worth it because I was building the business asset. I owned the business asset and I was putting it in. Scaling a business and growing a business, you'll have to go through these years where you are basically handing things off, you're giving people more responsibility, and you're actually paying them more than you are. That's the key here. I'm not even joking about it, right? That's super, super important. Look, let me give you a real life example here, right? I built the business, right? I'd been a solopreneur for so long and I tried to scale the business, and I truly believed that no one could do anything as well as me. So I kept everything to myself, right? Everything I wanted to do, I just kept to myself. I took a day off, the business stopped. That's right. Every month I would build momentum, take a day off, and it would come crashing down around me. Basically, one day off and everything would stop working, right? Because I was doing everything myself, right? And I was the bottleneck. I was getting in the way of people I had hired. I was a bad delegator, and I just needed to build systems and SOPs, right? That helped people help me grow the business. And at times there were a couple of years where I paid sales guys more than me, I paid some operations guys more than me, but it let me build, create tasks, grow the business in different areas whilst everyone else was taking care of the systems. Now, that's what's really, really important. So if you're just starting out and you're struggling to build pages, or you're struggling to find niche or do research, outsource it, right? Outsource it. So if you're generating, say $1,000 a month on your side hustle, take half of that and find someone and pay to them. Pay them 50% of what you're earning, and I guarantee you in a month or 2 months, you'll start generating more income, right? I was making money, but I had no freedom. That's what happened. I had making money, I had no freedom. As soon as I started paying someone, I'm paying a team, and really investing in the systems, I had more freedom, which meant I had more time to work on other areas of business that helped me grow those out, right? I started documenting everything I did. Everything I did, I just wrote down. At the end of the day, I would look at what could I hand off, right? What could I build into a system, right? The real power move isn't doing more. It's designing a business that runs without you, and that's delegating to people and building systems that work, all right? Now, what should you do next, right? So which of these 3 mindset shifts do you think will be the biggest effect in your business, right? So you'll see them up on the screen right here, right now. Just leave in a comment below 1, 2, or 3, and let's see which one's going to help you get through that. All right, and I hope you enjoyed those 3 tips. And if you want more no bullshit business information, then click the like and subscribe button below. And don't forget that me and momentum are always going to be your best friends.